Okay, hey vampire and horror fans out there. Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel again, Radio of Horror. You can catch my show live on the air on WCUW 91.3 FM in Worcester, Massachusetts. It airs Sunday nights at midnight, 12:01 Monday morning, Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But in today's video, I thought I'd go over a really cool product that I picked up, and it's actually a plug for a guest that we have coming on the show soon. By Night Studios is coming on the show. They put on the Grand Masquerade, connected to the live-action role-playing game Vampire the Masquerade, and it's happening in September. I don't know the exact date in September, but Vampire Masquerade is a live-action role-playing game, a Larp, that has been around since the early 90s, and in it you play as a character. There's a storyteller. It's like Dungeons and Dragons, but you actually act it out more instead of sitting around at a table. I've played it a couple times. I've been a Toreador and I've been a Gangrel. This is my old Toreador clan book right here. I've never played any other character. Toreadors are kind of like the artist poets of the Vampire Masquerade world, and the Gangrel are like the animal-connected vampires. That's the best way to describe it for anyone who's not familiar with it. One guilty pleasure of mine was a TV series that was done by Fox in the 90s called Kindred the Embraced. And in the show, we have the vampire prince Julius, played by Mark Frankel, and he's trying to command the different clans. And there's the Toreador clan, the Gangrel clan, the Brujah clan, the Nosferatu clan, and the Venture clan. The show only lasted 8 episodes. The actor Mark was killed, I believe, in a motorcycle accident. One of the actors who came out of the show, which still has a career today, is C. Thomas Howell. I know he's going to be at the Rhode Island Comic Con, so if you're in New England, he'll be at that con coming up in November. I'd love to talk to him about this show. This DVD box set, which was put out by Artisan Entertainment, which got rolled into Lionsgate eventually, has no bonus material. It's just the 8 episodes. I never understood why on box sets they say, oh, bonus material, full screen version, 2.0 Dolby surround sound, interactive menus, digitally mastered, scene access. Oh my god, those bonus materials, nobody fucking cares. I mean, you want good bonus material, I would probably pick up the original Vampire Saga, Kindred the Embraced. I don't know why it's called the original Vampire Saga. There were other vampire TV shows before Kindred. This did come out before Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel, and long before fucking Twilight and all that other crap. You open it up, it's kind of like a book, like a fake leather-bound book. It's got that tassel to hold your page. You open it up, and you have a shot of the cast. And it's got the Kindred seal right here. You have a letter, a Kindred Requiem letter, written by the producers of the show, which is really cool. It goes into a little bit about the mythical text of the Book of Nod, which is a prop used in the Vampire the Masquerade TV series. I'm sorry, the never mentioned the TV series. It's a game prop. Right here. It is filled with fantastic, beautiful artwork. Hold it up to the camera so you can see. I thought I would read one of these in here. This one always kind of stood out for me. This is The Temptation of Cain. Now, Cain in the Vampire the Masquerade world is the creator of the vampire clans. He is responsible for why there are vampires in the Masquerade universe, by White Wolf Publishing. This is The Temptation of Cain I thought I would read for you. And from the darkness came a bright, shining light, fire in the night, and the archangel Michael revealed himself to me. I was unafraid. I asked his business. Michael, general of heaven, wielder of the holy flame, said unto me, Son of Adam, son of Eve, the crime is great, and yet the mercy of my Father is also great. Will you not respect the evil that you have done, and let his mercy wash you clean? And I said to Michael, Not by the one above's grace, but mine own will I live in pride. Michael cursed me, saying that for as long as you walk this earth, you and your children will fear my living flame, and it will bite deep and savor your flesh. And it goes on. Um, it basically explains how Cain fell by Michael's hand, and goes into the Chronicles of Cain. The texts are the Chronicles of Cain, the Chronicles of Shadow, the Chronicles of Secrets, and the known history of the First City. It's a great little in-game device used by storytellers for Vampire the Masquerade. I have not played a game yet that actually used this. I referenced this once in a story about lost scripture. We were trying to find why Bruja had been invading and killing archaeologists, and I mentioned the Book of Nod, and everyone was like, oh, shh, can't talk about that. It's very sacrilegious. My character was a bit of a doofus. I'm not a great game player when it comes to Vampire the Masquerade, but I've always been really fascinated with it. I love the artwork through most of the storybooks in here. Each one of the clan books has some just amazing, unbelievable gothic artwork, all in black and white, and just looks stunningly gorgeous. And then, of course, in the box set, you also get the DVD set. The DVD set actually has some great bonus material in it. There is Daedalus's last will and testament. The saga continues. Daedalus was the Nosferatu on the show, and he helped save a little boy who is being bitten by a vampire doctor who's stealing children's blood. And it's a big no-no in the Kindred world universe. Kind of like in Interview with the Vampire, how they shouldn't change Claudia into a vampire. It's the same way it is in Vampire the Masquerade, that you do not change a child into Kindred vampire. Daedalus's last will and testament talks about how the Prince Julius is dead, and this kid that Daedalus protected is now the new prince because he has kindred blood in him. Daedalus saved his life, curing him of whatever the disease he had was. I'm not going to go into much more detail and spoilers, but I thought it was great that the actor, whose name does escape me right now, unfortunately, put the Daedalus makeup back on to look like the Nosferatu clan leader to make this special feature for this little box set. And then there's part one, Genesis and Creating a Myth, where some of the cast members and the producer and the writer get together and talk about what was going to happen if there was going to be a season 2, which they were planning on doing. There was only supposed to be 8 episodes of the show, but again, unfortunately, the lead actor died, and Fox canceled it due to low ratings. But they talk about how there was other networks interested in picking it up, like Showtime, and I really hope one day they can turn this back into a TV series. This is a great game, and if done correctly, it can be made into a fantastic TV series. Now, I know diehard fans of the game hate this show. I mean, I've talked to them in game. They loathe it. But I've met people who love the game and love the box set as well. It's got its weird fan following. Something they discuss on here in the commentary. The first episode, the Kindred the Embraced and Prince of the City have a commentary on here, which is great. When did this air? Oh, this aired back in 1996. So I was in high school. I was 16 years old in high school back in 1996. And I only caught one episode of it, but I was so like, oh my god, there's a Kindred TV series on Fox. And then it got canceled. This was the time that Fox was doing weird stuff in the 90s. They did the Kindred the Embraced TV series. They did Rain or Roar. It was a Heath Ledger TV series, a Sword and Sorcery. They did Young Hercules. They had that Doctor Who made-for-TV movie, which starred the 8th Doctor, who I know has a Blu-ray set coming out soon of the 8th Doctor, and then that Doctor Who 50th Anniversary special that he did. There was the Generation X movie that Fox did. There was the Nick Fury movie that Fox did. Fox was doing a bunch of weird stuff in the 90s. They were at the top of their game with the X-Files and the Simpsons being as popular as they were, and they had other shows. Married with Children was still popular, and I know it was ending in like 1996 or so. But there was no reason for Fox to go off the rails with weird projects, but they were experimenting with new stuff. And this was one of the things they experimented with. And I love this show, and I love this box set. I highly recommend checking it out. If you play Vampire the Masquerade, please, by all means, use this. I've talked to people who use the Book of Nod as a device in their game, and it really works. You just have to have like a competent storyteller who knows the mechanics of the game and all the different clans in order to really use this properly. I'm a great storyteller, but I don't know enough about the mechanics of the game. One really cool thing that's happening is we're going to have the By Night Studio crew on the show, James and Eliza. And they're going to be on the show with me talking a little bit. I believe I have the name, yeah, Eliza. They're going to be talking with me about a documentary they're making about Vampire the Masquerade. And maybe we'll talk a little bit about the Kindred TV series and see what their thoughts on it are. I'm really looking forward to having them on the show. That interview should be recorded, I believe, in September. And then we'll probably play it in September as well, because we'll be getting into Halloween. But you can find this box set on Amazon. It probably runs you around $25. It's worth picking up if you were a fan of the show, if you're a fan of Vampire the Masquerade. I've heard this called the Super Mario Brothers of the Vampire the Masquerade, and I mean that Super Mario Brothers movie. I don't think it's that bad. Actually follows the Vampire the Masquerade a little bit more than Super Mario Brothers did, but I can't recommend it enough. If you like the video, like, subscribe, comment. Check out my show on 91.3 FM, WCUW, the Dr. Chris Radio Horror Show. My website is www.radiohorror.wordpress.com. Thanks, guys.